Let me ask you a question, and I want you to be honest with yourself. When you look in the mirror these days, do you truly recognize the man looking back at you? Or do you see a man who's been sold a lie? The lie that feeling tired, less confident, and waking up 3, 4, even 5 times a night is just part of getting older. What if I told you that is one of the most damaging myths a man over 60 can believe? The constant fatigue, the shaken confidence in the most intimate moments, the frustratingly weak stream, and the nightly pilgrimages to the bathroom that rob you of restorative sleep. These are not your destiny. These are symptoms. Symptoms of a problem that, for too long, has been ignored and misunderstood. My name is Dr. Alden Shore. For over 25 years, I've dedicated my life to researching the science of aging and men's health, and I'm here to tell you, the real thief of your vitality isn't the number on your driver's license. The real enemy is a silent, insidious inflammation, a smoldering fire deep inside your body, centered in a small gland most men never think about until it starts controlling their lives: your prostate. And that fire is being fed every single day by things you probably think are harmless, hiding right in your kitchen pantry. But what if I told you that you hold the power to put out that fire? And that power isn't found in a prescription bottle with a long list of frightening side effects. It's not in a risky surgery. It's found in your grocery cart. The solution is simple, it's natural, and it starts with what you put on your plate. Your body is hardwired to heal itself. You just need to give it the right tools. In this video, I'm going to pull back the curtain and reveal the 5 most potent prostate-shrinking fruits known to science. These aren't exotic, expensive superfoods from a distant land. These are familiar allies hiding in plain sight. And the 5th one, the most powerful of all, is one you've probably been eating your whole life, but in completely the wrong way. So, pour yourself a glass of water, get comfortable, and let's begin the journey of reclaiming the man you were always meant to be. And if you're ready to make a change, do me a quick favor and hit that like button. It truly helps this vital information reach the men who need it most. Let's start our countdown at number 5 with a small green powerhouse that many men walk right past in the produce aisle. This fruit is kiwi. I know it might not be the first thing you think of for men's health, but throughout my career, I've seen a clear pattern. The frequent nighttime urination, that nagging pressure in the lower abdomen, the stop-and-start flow. It's all fueled by that silent, chronic inflammation we talked about. And one of the simplest ways to start dousing those flames is with this fuzzy little fruit. Here's why it works. Kiwi is a vitamin C powerhouse. I mean, it packs more vitamin C per ounce than an orange. Think of vitamin C not just as something for a common cold, but as a potent antioxidant that acts like a specialized firefighter, rushing directly to the source of that chronic, low-grade inflammation in your prostate. That swelling is what literally pinches your urethra, creating that constant sense of urgency and keeping you chained to the bathroom. By reducing that inflammation, you're not just treating a symptom, you're giving your body space to breathe and your bladder a chance to rest. I remember a client of mine, Robert, a 68-year-old retired teacher. He came to my office looking exhausted. He described the dread of a long car ride, the anxiety of sitting through a movie, and the profound frustration of never feeling fully rested. He told me, "Dr. Shore, my nights are broken into 2-hour shifts. I haven't slept through the night in years." We made one simple change. I asked him to add 2 kiwis to his breakfast every day. That's it. No other major shifts at first. He was skeptical but willing to try. 3 weeks later, he came back to my office and he looked different. He was standing taller. He smiled and said, "Doc, for the last 4 nights, I've only gotten up once. I feel like a human being again." That's not magic, that's biology. The kiwi is also rich in fiber, which is crucial for balancing hormones, particularly estrogen, which can accumulate in men as they age and contribute to prostate growth. It's gentle on the stomach, and it's a remarkably effective first step. Kiwi soothes the inflammation, but our 4th fruit on the list goes a step further. It doesn't just soothe. It actively protects your cells and defends your masculinity. Let's dive in. Coming in at number 4, we have blueberries. I often call these little blue orbs antioxidant warriors. I had a gentleman named Frank, a 72-year-old grandfather, come to see me. He was a vibrant man, a former small business owner, but he felt like his world was shrinking. He told me, "Dr. Shore, it's not just the bathroom issues. I feel like I'm living in black and white. My energy is gone, my focus is shot. I just don't feel sharp anymore. Not in my body, not in my mind." We sat down, and I asked him the same question I ask so many men. "Frank, what are you feeding your cells?" Prostate health isn't just about the prostate gland. It's about protecting your entire body at a cellular level from the wear and tear of aging. And that is precisely where blueberries excel. They are packed, absolutely dense, with a group of powerful compounds called anthocyanins. These are what give blueberries their deep, rich color. Think of them as tiny bodyguards for your cells. They travel through your bloodstream and form a protective shield around your prostate cells, defending them from oxidative stress, the very process that rusts you from the inside out and fuels that chronic inflammation. Every time you eat a handful, you're sending in reinforcements to slow down that invisible damage that builds up from years of stress, poor circulation, and maybe a diet that wasn't always perfect. Frank started with a simple habit. One small bowl of blueberries, either fresh or frozen, blended into a smoothie every morning. About a month later, I got an email from him. He said, "Doc, it's a funny thing. The color is coming back into my life." He wasn't waking up as often. His mind felt clearer. But most importantly, he started feeling present again. Present with his wife. Present with his grandkids. Present with himself. He told me he never thought a simple fruit could change how he felt as a man. That's the secret. Blueberries don't just help your prostate. They help your brain. They help your blood vessels by boosting the production of something called nitric oxide, which helps your arteries relax and widen. And that improved circulation means more oxygen, more nutrients, and better performance everywhere, in the bathroom and yes, in the bedroom. There's a psychological shift that happens when you consciously choose to nourish your body. You're sending a powerful message. I haven't given up. I still care. I want to feel alive. And that mindset, my friend, changes everything. Now, if blueberries are the silent protectors, our next fruit is the bold warrior. It's ancient, rich in symbolism and science, and when it comes to revitalizing male hormones and triggering cellular repair, it offers something almost no other fruit can. At number 3, we have the pomegranate. There's something deeply symbolic about the pomegranate. It's tough and leathery on the outside, almost stoic. But when you break it open, it reveals hundreds of vibrant, jewel-like seeds. It reminds me of the men I work with every day. Strong on the outside, but beneath that exterior, there's often a silent struggle, a deep longing to feel vital and powerful again. When it comes to restoring the prostate at the deepest cellular level, I tell my patients, this is the fruit you've been missing. The pomegranate isn't some new trend. It's timeless. For centuries, ancient healers in Persia and India used it to restore male strength and vigor. And now, modern science is finally catching up and showing us why. Pomegranates contain unique, powerful compounds like punicalagins and ellagic acid. These polyphenol are in a class of their own. They don't just reduce swelling. They actually encourage a process called apoptosis. It sounds complicated, but it's simply your body's natural, healthy way of cleaning out old, damaged, and potentially harmful prostate cells to make way for new, healthy ones. I think of a gentleman named Arthur, a former executive in his late 70s. He was sharp as a tack, but deeply frustrated by a loss of intimacy and desire, which he attributed solely to his age and his prostate issues. He tried medications, but they left him feeling foggy and disconnected. I suggested something incredibly simple: half a glass of pure, unsweetened pomegranate juice every morning. He looked at me with a skeptical eyebrow. "Juice, Doc? Just juice?" I nodded. "Just give it a month, Arthur. Be consistent." He called me about 6 weeks later. His voice was different, more confident. He said, "I didn't just start feeling better down there. I feel like myself again." He shared that a spark he thought was extinguished forever had returned. That's the profound power of the pomegranate. It reaches deep into your prostate tissues and helps calm the chaos. Less swelling means less pressure on your bladder, leading to fewer nighttime bathroom trips. But it also supports your hormonal health, helping to maintain healthy testosterone levels, which are critical for energy, mood, and libido. Beyond the prostate, it supports circulation and heart health. It is a true pillar of male wellness. Now, listen closely. These first 3 fruits are incredibly powerful on their own. But please stay with me because the final fruit on our list, our number 1, is something most men eat in a way that completely negates its healing power. I'm going to share a simple preparation trick that unlocks its prostate shrinking potential almost instantly. And I'll also reveal how combining it with our number 4 fruit, blueberries, creates a synergistic effect that can amplify the benefits for blood flow and nighttime relief. You do not want to miss what's coming next. Alright, let's move on to number 2, a summer favorite that holds a surprising secret for your circulation. This is watermelon. Every summer when I was a boy, I remember my grandfather sitting on the back porch with a thick, heavy slice of watermelon, the juice dripping down his chin and forearms, laughing like he didn't have a care in the world. Back then, it was just a delicious, refreshing treat. But now, after decades as a health researcher, I see that simple fruit differently. That humble fruit, so often taken for granted, is one of nature's most potent allies for the aging man. Watermelon doesn't feel like medicine, but hidden within that red, juicy flesh is a remarkable compound that works wonders on your circulatory system and, by extension, your prostate. I'm talking about a specific amino acid called L-citrulline. Your body is incredibly efficient. It takes this L-citrulline and converts it into another amino acid, L-arginine. And L-arginine is the primary fuel your body uses to create nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is the master regulator of blood flow. It tells your blood vessels, from the large arteries around your heart to the tiny capillaries in your pelvis, to relax and open up. Better blood flow means more oxygen and more nutrients can get to your prostate to help it heal. It also means improved performance in all areas of your life. For many men, poor circulation is a root cause of not just prostate trouble but also erectile issues. By improving blood flow naturally, you address both. This reminds me of a patient, David, a man in his early 70s who loved to golf. But the game had become a source of anxiety. The constant, nagging urge to urinate meant he was always planning his route based on where the next bathroom was. It was ruining the one hobby he truly loved. We didn't start with anything complicated. I simply asked him to eat a large, hearty slice of watermelon every afternoon. He laughed and said, "Doc, if you're telling me to eat more watermelon, I'm the luckiest patient you have." 2 weeks later, he called me, and I could hear the excitement in his voice. "Doc, I'm on the 9th hole. I made it halfway without a single stop. I haven't done that in 5 years." Beyond the L-citrulline, watermelon is also a fantastic source of lycopene, a powerful antioxidant we're about to discuss in detail. And its high water content is deeply hydrating, helping to flush your urinary tract and ease that frustrating stop-and-start feeling. It's gentle, it's effective, and it's a delicious way to support your body's natural healing processes. And now we arrive at number 1, the king. If watermelon opens the door to healing, this final fruit blows it wide open. It's not exotic. It's not expensive. In fact, I would bet almost anything you have it in your kitchen right now. But you're probably not using it to its full potential. The number 1 fruit for shrinking your prostate and restoring your masculine vitality is the tomato. Yes, the humble tomato. It still amazes me how something so common, so wonderfully ordinary, can possess such extraordinary healing power. The tomato isn't flashy, but when it comes to reducing prostate swelling and restoring a man's vigor, it stands head and shoulders above all the rest. I've spent years reviewing the scientific literature, and time again, the data is overwhelmingly clear. The reason is one word: lycopene. We mentioned it with watermelon, but tomatoes, particularly cooked tomatoes, are the most concentrated, bioavailable source of lycopene on the planet. Lycopene is an antioxidant so powerful that studies have shown it can not only dramatically reduce inflammation in the prostate but also slow the overgrowth of prostate cells, which is the very definition of an enlarged prostate. But here is the critical secret that most men, and even many doctors, don't know. The lycopene in a raw, fresh tomato is locked within its tough cellular walls. Your body has a hard time absorbing it. But when you cook the tomato, the heat breaks down those cell walls and liberates the lycopene, making it up to 4 times more powerful and easy for your body to use. And when you add a healthy fat, like a drizzle of olive oil, you increase its absorption even more. This turns something as simple as a bowl of tomato soup, a spoonful of tomato paste, or a good marinara sauce into a potent therapeutic food. I'll never forget a man named Bill, 82 years old, when he first came to see me. He was a retired farmer, a tough, proud man, but he was worn down. His flow was so weak and intermittent that he felt it took him an eternity in the bathroom, and he was deeply embarrassed by it. He didn't want any more medications. So we kept it simple. I told him about the power of cooked tomatoes and suggested he have 1 warm cup of good quality tomato soup every day. He came back a month later, stood up a little straighter, and looked me right in the eye. With a catch in his voice, he said, "I feel like a man again." Simple as that. That's the power we're talking about. Over time, a consistent intake of cooked tomatoes helps reduce prostate swelling, which improves urinary flow, and boosts circulation to the entire pelvic region. This often leads to the return of stronger, more frequent morning erections, not because of a magic pill, but because you are giving your body the fundamental tools it needs to repair itself. So now you have the knowledge. Kiwi, blueberries, pomegranate, watermelon, and the undisputed champion, the cooked tomato. Now, the real question is, what are you going to do with it? Knowledge is just potential. Action is power. I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. I don't want you to try and change everything overnight. So here is my challenge to you. Starting tomorrow, just pick one. Just one of these 5. Maybe it's adding 2 kiwis to your breakfast. Maybe it's that handful of blueberries in your morning oatmeal. Or perhaps it's a small glass of pomegranate juice. Maybe it's a simple bowl of warm tomato soup for lunch. Don't try to do everything. Just do one thing. And commit to it for 7 days. And please, if this information has provided you with value and a sense of hope, take 1 second to click that like button and subscribe to the channel. It's a small action that tells the world that men like you deserve this kind of empowering health information. And in the comments below, I'd love to hear from you. Tell me, which one fruit are you going to start with tomorrow? Your commitment can inspire another man to do the same. Listen, this isn't an overnight miracle cure, but it is a promise. It's your body's promise to you. In a few days, you might just notice you're sleeping a little deeper. In a week, that nagging feeling of constant pressure might begin to ease. In a few weeks, you might stand up from the toilet and feel, for the first time in years, that you are truly empty, that you are back in control. You're going to wake up one morning with a renewed sense of vigor, a warmth and energy you thought was lost to the past. And you'll remember the powerful, confident man you have always been. Remember this. Your age is not a diagnosis. It is a credential. You have earned every single year of your life. Now it is time to claim the vitality that comes with that wisdom. The story of your health is not over. The best chapter is not behind you. It's the one you decide to write, starting right now. Thank you for your time and your trust. I'm Dr. Alden Shore. Be well.